Welcome to the podcast Behind the Counter with your host, me, Heidi Blum, also known as the Food Czar. I was born and bred in Livingston, New Jersey, and I have seen firsthand over the past few years how food and the people behind the counter can bring a community together. We all have a story. We all have an appetite. Each episode will explore the thread between food, people, and community, and the stories that weave them all together. So let's get behind the counter and dig in. Here we go.
This is Behind the Counter.
Behind the counter.
With the Food Czar. Here's Heidi.
Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Counter with the Food Czar, which is me, Heidi Blum. And today we're sitting with the women of New Jersey Hipsterbia. And in the business, I like to call this a get because I feel like this is a good get for me and for the people that are listening, because New Jersey Hipsterbia, I believe, is followed by 70,000 of my closest friends on Instagram. And I am very curious as to how they got started. I think we came up on the scene together, so I know how I got started, but I'm always curious how people who are much bigger than me got their start in the influencer biz, as we like to call it. So I'm sitting with Lisa and Jen, the founders and creators of New Jersey Hipsterbia. Welcome, guys, to the podcast.
Thanks for having us.
I think this is your first podcast.
It is.
So I feel honored, so thank you. We are, our location today is Twisted Tulip in Livingston, which is one of the best coffee shops around, I would say. I don't know if you guys have covered them yet.
We have.
Have you?
About a year ago.
So I know how I got started doing the Food Czar situation, and it was during COVID, and it was, my whole thing is about helping restaurants in my community. But I'm curious how you guys got started, because I feel like we came up at the same time, and I know that we've had an amazing working relationship. So and we've never discussed it, so I'm actually very curious. So who's going to go first?
So I'll start. I actually started it during COVID as a way of helping restaurants and stores who were reeling from COVID, but also the more people that were moving out from the city were looking for that same type of city life in the suburbs and just wanting that
Was this
life.
your background? Is
No,
this something
I
that...
actually have a private equity background.
So definitely
and
not your background.
corporate development and strategy. But since moving to the suburbs...
and writing. She's modest.
Yeah, well, when I moved to the suburbs, I did a lot of writing and marketing and helping small businesses.
For people who don't follow you, which I don't know who that would be, but how do you describe New Jersey Hipsterbia to people?
Well, we would definitely say we're a site where people look for fun, exciting, fresh, new things, hidden gems that they would want to visit. And it's a curated site in the sense that, it could be a hole-in-the-wall mac and cheese stand to a next level omakase restaurant. And it's not the actual specific type of restaurant per se. It's just authentically good. And we try to make all of our posts to our followers sort of be places that we definitely would want to go to if we haven't already been to them, ourselves. So we listen to what our followers tell us, that it's really helpful, and we give suggestions. And a lot of times, people don't see that on the feed, but on our DMs, we get lots of questions almost daily from followers, and that's part of what we do, and how part of our curated event experiences that we're doing now, how that's developed also. It's it's a consumer to consumer and consumer to business. That's sort of how the feed works.
That's so interesting. And I'm going to get back to all of that. I'm just curious, the relationship between the two of you, how did that start?
So I was plugging along, posting every day, and it just got too much. I think the world was starting to open up again, and my kids were going back to school. So I put something in the story asking if anyone was interested in being a contributor to help me for free. And Lisa DM'd and said, I want to be an intern.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah.
So you can take it from
Because I
there.
knew, you know, having like over 27 years in fundraising, marketing, events experience, and having my own business, like always, like having a, you know, a different type of career, I didn't know a lot about social media, but I knew what I knew. And I knew that this person and this site had ridiculously amazing taste in all senses of the word. And I just connected, and I think I sent this crazy, like, response of like these different ideas and thinking like she was going to think
But
I
I
was like,
got like, I would say like more than 40 responses. And
Oh,
she's the
really?
only one I called.
our taste is, I would say 99.9% all the time alike as to our tastes in places that we go to. And it's just evolved from there and grown, you know, since that day that we first met.
Do you remember your first post together?
Yeah.
Oh, you do. What is
Because
it?
we met. So we spoke on the phone and then we met
At Palmer's
Palmer's.
Sweetery in Maplewood.
in Maplewood and we did a video, and it was the first video that we had on the I had on the post that had over 10,000 views.
Oh my God.
So we were like, oh, this is gonna go somewhere. We were so excited.
We do, because we complement each other. Like our taste is almost exactly the same. I think we can say that, but we do definitely have different strengths. So that's what's so helpful. And you know, our ideals are the same with what we hope. You know, the site and you know our mission. You know, our values are the same for the site. So I think that's important as not just partners, but also as women business owners too.
I think that's probably why it works so well. I mean, right? I mean, you
Yeah.
both are community driven.
Definitely.
And I would say, I think I said this earlier, is that the way you present everything online, your posts and all the videos you do you feel like you're in New York City, but you're in the suburbs.
Right.
And I think there's something very special about that because, you know, as we both all know,
Yes.
is there's so many influencers who are doing the same type of thing, right? They're taking pictures of food, they're explaining their food. You don't see them on camera, which is fine. We don't see you guys on camera, but it's all the same type of thing. There's something different in how you present it.
Well, that's actually a really good point that you brought up, because everything that we do, as we said, you know, the word, you know, authenticity, people throw that around, but it's really indicative of our site because we want that experience. It's, you know, we want that feeling when people look at our post, whether it's 10 seconds long or 20 seconds long, that they're going to want that piece of cake, or they're going to want to go to that place. They're going to want to do that experience because that's how we feel about it. It's a genuine feeling, and that's, you know, what works.
And that's probably why they keep following you.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has their, and we've listened to our, we listen to what our demographics tell us, our followers tell us.
What are your demographics?
Well, our top audience, right, is from like, I guess anywhere from like 25 to 45. That's the range, believe
Wow.
it or
But
not.
then we have people in their 60s.
Exactly. And the interesting thing is our male audience is also growing, we've noticed.
Huh.
And we've reached over, you know, we're excited because we've, you know, our reach over the past 30, you know, has grown over the past 30 days. It's over 1 million. That's our actual reach. And I know you mentioned our followers, but we're excited because we see that we are reaching more people, being able to tell more people about great experiences and new places, and trying to make a difference. You know, and we're all in this together and working alongside of, you know, people like you and other local influencers. You know, we're here to lift each other up. There's plenty to go around, and that's what we're about. You know, we're about supporting each other in, you know, every sense.
I think, you know, I mean, I have no ego being the food czar. Really, I mean, that's why my stuff's sticky and all that. But I would say that's exactly it. For me, like I don't care what you're doing. If you need my help, I'm going to be there to help you. If it's going to help a restaurant owner, if it's going to help a community, not just Livingston, but another community that's neighboring. And I think that's what's so important. And I think that's why we've always worked well together too. I mean,
Yeah.
you say go here, I go there. Okay, so there are people out there who may not understand what social media influencers, how they operate and stuff like that. I know for
so it's
me,
different.
I don't get paid. It's volunteer. And because it's community based also. And I feel like for me, that's very fair. Like I'm putting this out. I have no bias. I'm just trying to help the people, the community, and part of the community is the restaurant owners. So I'm just trying to spotlight. That's what I would say. I don't critique. I spotlight. How do you guys? I guess how do you do it on your end?
So a couple of things. We do our own research, and a lot of times followers will tell us about a place as well. You know, if we think this place is incredible as we thought it was before going there, we'll post about it. We do have a business, an events marketing business.
And it's not just restaurants. You guys do. I mean,
Day
whenever
trips.
you do getaways,
Getaways.
local getaways. You do bookstores.
Yes.
You do.
Right.
I mean, it's not. That's what's so
so
nice
we're
too.
not
It's
getting paid for any of that. That's really
Those-
community driven.
what's nice is that is for the community,
Right.
On a broader sense, because you are bringing to people who don't know. I mean, I look at a lot of your stories and I'm like, I never knew that was there. I never knew there's a brewery that I want to hit that I never knew existed.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Autodidact. That's
Yeah.
where we had one of our events. We're going to be doing more with them as well.
But we've gotten approached by mayors that want us
Yeah.
to come to their town to cover their town, so people know more about what's going on.
Realtors
that's
tell us all the
interesting.
time that when realtors are showing people, this is one of the big things too, and speaks to Jen, her background with writing for the realtors. But we hear from them all the time that when they're bringing New Yorkers or other people that want to move to different areas of New Jersey, they look to our site as to where to go, and they also direct them. They tell them to look at our site for places to go, to eat, for experiences, which is what we're all about. And that makes our day when someone tells us, we never would have found that place. Thank you. And also on the other side, the flip side, when you hear from a business owner, I can't thank you enough what that post did for my business.
Isn't it
I will never
amazing?
be able
Yeah,
to
I
thank
love
you.
that.
So that
Talk about purpose. I mean, that's, to me, there's nothing better than that.
exactly. And we have those types of relationships all the time, and it's the best feeling.
You probably will agree when I say this. It's amazing, doing what we do and seeing how hard these people work.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
they are so dependent on the customer. And we are just a vehicle to bring them the customer. And it's so important. And it's so important, actually, on the flip side of that the owner is just as nice as the customer, because you want the customers to come back. I mean, it's been such a fascinating,
Right.
eye-opening experience for me. I know that.
Definitely. And also, one thing that we always get a kick out of is people don't always understand the role of social media that it plays, and also that, it's not just going in and just getting a video and then posting it, that there's a lot more that goes into it. So the follower really gets the full experience, and we're representing the business, as best as we can.
What I'm hearing is that you guys, as New Jersey Hipsterbia, are very thoughtful in your process. The purpose behind what you guys are doing is really more mindful and thoughtful and community based.
Exactly.
Definitely.
think we definitely care about what we post.
It's caring, and also there's a lot of strategy that goes into when we post, why we're posting, the places that we choose.
When you say when you post, is it like the time of day when you post? Is it
It changes, right? It just changes for a lot for us.
do you see a trend in the time of day that you post something?
The
Do you see a
time.
trend
Yeah.
in the day of the week
Yeah.
that you're posting? Oh,
yeah.
On a Thursday or Friday, we're posting getaways, weekend ideas, restaurants to go out. At the beginning of the week, it's more coffee. Saturday and Sunday, it's more brunch.
Oh, that's
At a night post
fascinating.
would be like a night out, a restaurant.
We don't follow a handbook because that's not how our site works, and that's what works so well. We don't, keep doing the same thing. We always try to just go with our gut and what feels right.
Do you ever feel that there are people who want to one up you to get something out there, breaking news about a restaurant or something that's happening?
I think that's part of. It's good and interesting question to ask. I think with us, what we try to do is we always see the good in whatever we're doing, and we think, like we said, like we're there to work next to people and lift people up. At the same time, understanding we're all trying to get information and try and come up with good posts. So it's just how you're representing that person, because it's all about like trust, and you want to help people. And we always see the good in everyone.
I don't know if
We
it's
cut.
always
It's too long.
reciprocated, though. Sometimes we'll post something, and then the next day or the next week we'll see our exact same post.
That's sort of what I was
Verbatim.
asking. Yeah. And
verbatim.
without giving you credit.
Yeah, and that is,
Yeah,
but,
and
and
it's
that's
kind of-
funny. We started to laugh about it. You laugh because it's almost like when it's word for word, and it's not like we cut and pasted, but when our words have been like like posted,
Generated.
Yeah, and we're what we
It's
get,
a compliment.
Yeah, we get that, and we can only we do the best we can do, and we're there. We should all be in this together. It's just our thing is we would never want to make someone look bad. We always like when we cite someone, we always try to. It's because we think it's going to add cred to what we're saying and part of the story, and we respect what they're doing.
I think we did that to you.
Yeah.
When
Yes,
the
you
short
did.
was small.
You gave me a good shout out with
Yes.
Italy.
And
And I won't reveal my sources.
that's so funny. And-
But we fact checked what
Yeah,
you said.
and
Yeah, well, of
that-
course.
That's the other thing to
Yeah.
clarify too. That's fun. Like people don't always know because they see us as some people see us as an information provider. Some in a bigger way. Some people see us as local influencers. Even we don't really think of ourselves that way. But we never. If something's a rumor, we'll clearly say it's a rumor. If we're presenting information, it's because we had a source that asked because they don't want to lose their job,
Yeah.
quote unquote, that we don't say who they are, but that it's a fact.
You are professional women who
Right.
are
I mean, we have over
and you
30
stand behind your
years.
business. Yeah.
Yeah, and we respect, like women can be, they can be in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, however old you are. It's all about respect and, just being supportive of each other. And that trust has to be there because it's hard enough being a woman in business in
Totally.
any sense. But social media, to get the respect for what you're doing and the value from followers and also from businesses.
Oh, yeah.
It takes a lot to build that brand, and it's every day we're learning something.
Have any businesses ever said to you, "We don't want you to cover us"?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Of course.
interesting. Really?
Of course. And us, we always, we're too busy. We can't handle. Which us, we just think it's we laugh at it because it's free.
Yeah.
And also, we just think they don't understand. Some businesses, I would say, a lot of businesses do understand the value. After it happens, are so appreciative. A lot of times, it's they don't know. Like we visited a place yesterday that we're posting this week, and we always smile when we know it's a good place because we know what it's going to do for their business.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
Is it a restaurant?
the thrill.
It's you'll
It
see
kind
tonight.
of. You'll see. Yeah, it's yeah. We can't really say, but it's
Come on, I
it's,
was looking for an exclusive,
it's
ladies.
fun.
Yeah.
It's a fun combination of a place.
It's the only one in New Jersey
Oh.
of
Yeah,
its kind.
Of its kind. Again, it's that thrill. That's really what gets us going. Is above everything else is knowing that we're helping that business because we always say good brings good.
Oh yeah, sure
So-
does in many ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's also the collaboration is fun and learning. We learn about all these different businesses, and it's helped us with our own business.
So obviously, like I cover restaurants, you cover restaurants, and everything else business wise. But what do you think the trends are now, or what do you think is coming, and how do you plan for that, or do you just?
I think it's more experiential. Like more people want experience, especially post COVID. They enjoy dining, like that was right post COVID, and now people are ready to really experience food in different ways.
Like
And
what?
That's the thing. Well,
That's what we're doing now.
that's what we're doing now. But that's what's so interesting. What you'll see every restaurant now is doing. They're all doing that. A lot of them do it on their own. And what
I think that. Sorry to interrupt, but the one that's really big right now is the blindfold eating in the dark.
I've never even
But we
seen
think
that.
that's overdone. So we're thinking
Overdone.
of
I don't even
different-
know about it.
But what we try and do is we try to always stay ahead of the curve again, and doing something, switching it up, not doing what everyone does. And with our experience, our event experience, and with our followers' help of continually telling us what they like, coming up with something new and fresh. So, like everybody, we love charcuterie as much as the next person, but you've seen it done everywhere. What we try to do is come up with something where you haven't seen it done, many places.
Let's talk about your experience portfolio, I'm going to call it. But let's talk about that, because I noticed you did something, it was a dinner at that brewery with Bucky's Pizza.
Right.
Right, we did it.
Autodidact was
Yes.
the name of the
It
brewery.
was
Yes, which I'm
actually-
going to go to. I feel like I
Yeah,
need. I
you
feel like I
should.
need to.
Well, we're
So
doing,
fun.
Yeah.
Like, as a teaser, we're doing a really fun event with them.
Oh, really?
Soon. But basically, they have a brew room where
Yeah.
they brew all of their beer.
Yeah.
And we set up a really long table, and they did 4 beer and Italian tastings with Bucky.
It looked incredible,
and
by the
it
way.
sold out within the first month for
4 sittings?
Yeah. And so basically and what we do, it's not just promoting. We came up with the entire concept. We knew what to identify in the brewery, where to go. We in the brewery, the space, as far as that would respond well, that people would be like, this is so cool. We had the vision with Bucky's and with Autodidact to say, look, this is what's going to be successful. Let's do this, this, and this.
We're also doing like a culinary tour with the 4 Monkeys, and they brought
In
in
Summit.
a
Oh, wow.
Bollywood singing chef.
Oh, no way.
And that sold out within the first weekend. Their night seating. We're still there's still seats
Saturday,
available.
March 9th.
Yeah.
I believe. Yeah. So there's the thing that's so also is we're super versatile, and we love to come up with experiences that when you see it, the response is always, wow, that sounds really cool.
I think we're gonna do
whoever-
something on the beach this summer.
Exactly. In other words,
Let me
know
we're
about
not
that.
something for. We try to come up with something for everybody. Everybody has different. There's lots. When you have almost 70,000 followers, there's lots of different tastes out there.
Yeah.
So you'll see the diversity in the types of events that we do, as far as private experiences, and as we add to, our repertoire. So in clients and the requests.
Do you
that we
think
often
the
get.
experiences are just going to be in food?
No, we have something coming up
Yeah.
that's not food at all.
But I guess what we're mainly trying to say is our eyes are open, our ears are always peeled to something that we come across that it's really making a difference in the community and giving back. We're all about sustainability. You'll see posts about that. That's definitely in our core values, and trying to represent, New Jersey, which is kind of a melting pot of
It sure
a lot
is.
of different businesses.
Yeah.
And really, really good food. We both love food, and we're excited. We're excited to let people know how cool New Jersey is.
Is
And
there a town that you feel does not get their food cred that they should? Like, you posted something recently about Kinnelon, and I feel like that's become a little hotspot over there.
Maybe Bloomfield as well.
Bloomfield,
Nutley.
yes.
Nutley, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we were in Denville yesterday.
Yeah,
I was
Oh,
Denville.
Denville. No,
Denville.
Denville's a hot little spot.
People have to. That's why it's worth doing your homework, and that's why we think our site is so fun. It's fun to discover all these different places in different towns.
Yeah.
And New Jersey, it's such one of the most densely populated states, right, in the United States, and it could take you 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 to get from one end to the other.
Yeah.
There's so many places to discover.
I'm going to do a beach thing, I think,
Yeah,
before
great.
the summer, like
Great.
the Asbury area,
We
because
should
I
do
know
something
well.
together.
Yes, we should.
We definitely.
I think that would be a lot of fun.
Coverage from both of us.
Yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun. That's right. We're going south, baby. Yeah. So, okay. So in a year from now, where do you guys, like, what's your goal? Where do you see yourself in a year from now, 5 years from now? What do you think?
I mean, a year from now,
New Jersey Hipsterbia to the moon is what I say.
I mean, we're hoping to take this to other suburbs, and also with the experiences to really make them nationwide and even international, like do experiences in Portugal and
Oh, that's fun.
We want everything.
It's limitless,
It's
really.
limitless, yeah.
It's just because it's just the two of us full time doing this. You know, we have contributors that help us. You know, we have all these amazing ideas that we want to do, and you know, it takes time to plan. But as Jen was saying, it's like infinity and beyond. We have experiences, international experiences that we're hoping to do,
That's cool.
and we just want to, you know, make sure that we put the planning in place that to make it successful and also fun.
Could you do, like, I don't know that you would call it this, but like Connecticut Hipsterbia,
We
New
have
York
thought about
Hipsterbia?
And we've actually been, you know, we've definitely been approached in different ways, and we're in the process of, you know, we've talked to different outlets of how to do that. We're just, you know, we're focused on building the brand
Yep.
and, you know, excited about how fast it's happening.
Yeah.
So we're just, you know, we're always thinking of that next step. And for us, the experiences, the private experiences and the services on our website, that's all part of building the brand. And as Jen was saying, taking it to other cities and even national and international level.
Well, I, for one, feel very honored that I got to sit with you guys today.
No, thank you.
And I will
Fun.
say also, for all those listening out there and the video clips that I'm going to be posting, there's a reason you're not seeing their faces. I think we have to mention it. Jen's like, do we really? Well, I'm just saying they don't want, they want to remain true to who they are. And I think
we want it to be more about our feed.
yeah,
and
I think
what we
I
cover.
respect that tremendously. But I feel honored that I get to sit and look at two very pretty, successful women, and you guys don't. But
And we just want to be, you know, judged. It's all about the, not, you know, it's not about what we look like really so much. It's really about the businesses and the business owners, you know.
I'm gonna say that every time I do one of my videos. When I come on,
But
no
you're so good.
no makeup. Yeah.
And that's part
Yeah.
of you. That's
Yeah.
that's authentic to why people love your
Thank you.
podcasts
Yeah.
and your live-ish. You know, it's
Yeah.
that's authentic to you. What's authentic to us is us not being. You might see our hands, which sorry folks about that, but it's really about the businesses.
But in all seriousness, I thank you guys so much. I hope everyone who's listening gets a little bit more information about how social media influencers work, and also to look out for all your upcoming experiences and really where you're going to take this in the future, which I think is, no matter what you guys do, it's going to be a success. That I know for
Thank you,
sure.
Heidi.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to work more with you guys.
And we're looking forward to the beach.
Yes.
Shore
Definitely.
Yes,
collab.
Food Czar,
Definitely.
Hipsterbia, coming to you down the shore.
Big things ahead.
Big things ahead. Thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
If you are hearing this message, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I'm truly grateful for you and this opportunity. The purpose of the Behind the Counter podcast is to bring food, people, and community together. I hope you'll return for more episodes and explore with me. I want to personally thank Fran Linnell of Design 68 for my amazing Behind the Counter podcast logo, and Travis Lohenberg for my awesome Behind the Counter music, and all the guests that take their time to sit and talk with me. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please leave a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you hear your podcasts. If you'd like to support the Behind the Counter podcast, please subscribe, share with your friends and family, and you can follow me on Instagram at Heidi Blum. If you have any feedback or stories that you want to share, you can email me at foodsarbtc@gmail.com.